Hi guys, welcome to the Golden Cruiser. I'm Cindy and today we're going to go over 6 cruise cabins that you should avoid. So in this video, I'm going to go over 6 cruise cabins that you should avoid on your next cruise and the reasons why. So grab your drink and a favorite snack, sit back and relax, and let's talk about cruising. So number 1, cabins near high traffic areas. Now this doesn't matter what type of cabin you have. It can be an inside cabin, a window cabin, a balcony, whatever you have. This could be locations that are next to busy elevators or stairwells, depending which elevators and which deck you were on. Because I've been in some cabins that were right across from the elevators, but they were very quiet. Most people do take the central elevators that were right in the middle of the ship, or the glass elevators in the middle of the ship. Those can get really crowded, and if you have a room by those, you could hear the people standing out waiting for the elevators and coming and going. Also avoid crew access areas because crew are going back and forth at all times, day and night. And some crew members even have walkie-talkies they're talking on at all times of days and night. So cabins near high traffic areas like that you should avoid. Number 2 is cabins near or under activity areas. Now this could be the pool area where they're bringing out the deck chairs in the middle of early morning, dragging them across the deck, and you're right underneath that. Or the same thing at night, they're putting them away late at night and scrubbing down the pool deck. So avoid things like that. Avoid being under or around or near the nightclub or anything with busy noise, the casino, theaters, things like that, because that's going to be a lot of noise for you. Number 3 is cabins with more motion or vibration. Now, if you're prone to motion sickness, you'll want to avoid these areas. Avoid the front of the ship, which has the most movement of the whole ship, or avoid the lower aft or back of the ship, which has the most vibrations because that's where the engine room is located. Of course, some factors to consider are the age of the ship, how well the ship is maintained, the ship's design, and whether the ship is going to go through a storm or bad weather or waters that's going to make you more rocky. But the best place if you have motion sickness is the center of the ship, lower down, to get a cabin in that area. Number 4 is obstructed views. Now this can depend. An obstructed view cabin is one that has something in front of your window or balcony that blocks you from having a full view. Now it depends on the location of your cabin, and how much of an obstruction that you could have. Sometimes you might still have a great view. Our last cruise, we had the lifeboats right below us, but we still had a clear view straight out and to the sides of us. And I know I have booked this cabin. It's going to be our first obstructed view cabin. I've been trying really hard not to bid for an upgrade, but we have a lifeboat right outside our window. But I've seen pictures of it and it looks like we can clearly see around it, so it's not blocking. And for the price I got for this cabin, it was such a great price, almost the same price as an interior cabin for this balcony. I'm going to stick with it. Each day I keep thinking I'm going to bid on a different one, but I'm not doing it this time. So it just depends on the obstructive view, how much of a view you have. Now, normally you can go and Google your ship name and your cabin number, and there's more than likely you're going to find a picture of it on there. A lot of the cruise lines have cruise different companies like maybe Cruise Mummy and things like that. They will have pictures of the actual rooms, and that's how I saw our room. And it didn't look that bad. And so for the price and where it's at, midship, I'm close to an elevator. That doesn't bother me. I need to be close to an elevator. So just be careful if you do book these obstructed view cabins. Try to find a picture of it before you book it. You may have a good view, you may have no view, so it just all depends. Number 5, privacy or noise issues. Now, cabins could be tucked away near the crew laundry area or you can have a connected cabin that you can hear everything because you have a door between your cabin and the next room. Now, this is okay if you're with family or friends and you want to be able to open that door and then you can go back and forth into each other's cabin. But if you don't know the people next door, you're going to have so much noise coming around that door that you're going to hear everything in their cabin. So if you're not needing a connected cabin, make sure your cabin is not a connected one or you will have a lot more noise. Also, sometimes balcony cabins can be noisier. There's privacy issues. If the next room is on their balcony and your balcony's open, they can look right over to you a lot of times, or you can hear everything they're saying. They can hear what you're saying when your door is open or you're out there on the balcony. So if you don't want noise like that, avoid these different things, the connected door, the balconies. And on other ships, some of the newer ships, you can get a cabin that faces inward to the interior of the ship, like the Royal Caribbean's Oasis or Icon class ships or MSC Royal class. Royal Caribbean has the surfside area, a kids area, and there's actually cabins that open up to that area, which can be quite noisy because all the kids are down there. So just be careful of that. I know years ago, my husband and I were on a Royal Caribbean ship, and we had a window room that faced down into like the promenade of the cruise ship. And they would do parades down through there at night, and we could look out and see that, and all the restaurants and things were down there. But we didn't have a lot of noise with that. So that one didn't bother us, but just be careful with some kind of cabins like that. And then number 6 is one I didn't really know about until I heard a crew member talk about this, the crew cabins. Now, there are actually crew members that can have a friend or family member come on board and they will pay a discounted rate of about $10 to $60 per day for a crew cabin for them. Now, these cabins are very small. The location is horrible. You probably don't have a window or a tiny porthole. You will have to walk a very, very long way to get any place that's actually on the cruise ship. And if you're prone to seasickness, you absolutely don't want to do this for these cabins. There's no amenities in these cabins, and it can be very noisy. Now, I didn't even know you could do this, but if you have friends or family and they want you to come on and say they'll get you a discount in one of the crew cabins, you might want to think twice about that and just get your own cabin. So there you have it. Have any of you stayed in these type of cabins that were noisy, or a crew cabin or anything like that? I'm going to find out this trip coming up very shortly. How our obstructed view is. I may hate it, I may think it's okay, but we'll find out. It's all right. I'm on a cruise ship and it doesn't really matter to me what room I'm in. I'll still be happy. So let me know what you think about this, and let me know about cabins you've been in that you've either loved or hated. So I want to thank you all for stopping by today. If you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up and please consider subscribing to my channel. It really does help me. So everyone have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you back here again on the Golden Cruiser. Bye for now.